What's the deal, family? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got another banger for y'all, man. So look, if you don't know, now you know, man. ESTG went on BOOTLEG KEV's podcast. Went to go do an interview. Now, I don't know exactly how this all transpired, but BOOTLEG KEV asked ESTG about him being a football player. ESTG walked straight up out the building. Now, after that happened, ESTG went to Instagram and some other stuff to explain his side of things. And then BOOTLEG KEV responded back to what ESTG said and explained his side of things. So first we're going to look at the moment that happened. And then we're going to tap in with Chig Smooth and see what else is going on. So let's get into it and see what they talking about, man.
When you get that, like, tell me the process. Do they let you come and you're playing?
Them is my people. It ain't no.
I'm saying, but like let's say it's your people, right? Are you able to kind of go through a few joints on the drive and be like, I like this one, or I like this one, or they send it to you like, hey, this one you can have this one? Does that make sense?
They know I ain't. You know what I'm saying? Miss Booby, she's musically inclined. Like,
right.
A lot of people hit her up for stuff. Drake. You know what I'm saying?
Was it on the original beat that it was cut on, or did you take the vocals and put it on a new beat?
She got the beat together with her people, and then, you know what I'm saying, asked me what I changed if I like. I just wanted to let her do her thing, so, you know what I'm saying, Static can reemerge. He never left, but just kind of get more introduced to her. You know what I'm saying?
It is kind of crazy because, if we think about, Louisville and Kentucky overall, you guys are on, a run right now, you know? I mean, Bryson, yourself, Jack Harlow. I feel like you guys didn't really have too much of a real national identity, but I feel like you in particular have really represented a side of Louisville that we never really got to see through a guy like Bryson, because he's obviously an R&B singer. So, for you, how important is that for you to still kind of make sure you're kind of carrying the state, make sure you're representing the state nationally, make sure you represent the city, you know what I'm saying?
I don't feel no pressure. It's just
make music.
Me, I know a lot of people used to like to break it up with Bryce and Jack, but at this point, I feel like we gotta stop breaking it up, because if we're going off sales and accolades and stuff, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't got no gimmicks or no funny shit with me. I just drop the music, feel me, live my life, and I got stats to prove it. And I know niggas arguing in the barbershop about who's better. I got gold plex, platinum plex. As a lead artist, you know what I'm saying?
That's a big deal.
Got a gold album, the entire album.
It's a big deal, man.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't feel like they shouldn't jumble it up and say this type of music, this type artist. I feel like I'm the
leading the forefront
of, you know what I'm saying, rap in general, not just Louisville.
I was gonna say, what market for you started to pick up on ESTG first outside of Louisville? What was that city you were like, oh, this is spreading, this is moving somewhere, I could actually go get a bag in this place? Was there a city that you remember that really kind of
it was just all at the same time, kind of
it just kind of all kind of happened like wildfire quick?
I just was moving around anyway, so people knew me, the streets knew me anyway. Then they come with the music, and we pop up. 80 niggas, 80 chains, 80 watches. It don't matter what, if you getting up there and humming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They want to see what you talking about.
Yo, I've seen this picture of you at the NFL Combine.
Yeah.
Which...
What? Yeah, I ain't seen no picture of no NFL Combine.
Well, I saw you in the NFL Combine looking like workout.
Yeah, a workout.
Was that just a workout you were doing for a team?
I don't know how you see the picture. You ain't read the article that came with it.
I just saw a YouTube video where they were talking about you and I was just watching some of your high school highlights and your college shit. I saw
what YouTube video you seen?
ESTG used to be a football player. Well, I mean, I kind of basically could, I kind of figured that out, right? You know what I'm saying? I figured that out. But he really used to play. He got whole highlight videos on YouTube and stuff and all that. I didn't know that. I just assumed maybe a little picture popped up or something, came from the Facebook page. You know how that be going and whatever. And then Kev asked him a question. But okay, he went to the combine, did workouts, and got highlight tapes. I didn't know it was like that.
Dude, I don't know, man. It was like a YouTube video. It showed like you announcing that you're going to Indiana State, and
what's a YouTube video called?
I don't know. I just literally typed in ESTG football highlights, and I was like, damn, this dude was a beast. You played linebacker, right?
What do that got to do with music and shit right now?
No, I'm just curious because I'm a big football fan. So like, I'm a huge football fan, and I find it fascinating that like you really like had like a real high level like football run. You know what I'm saying? Before the rap shit like took off. So yeah, I just think it's fast. It's obviously a part of your story. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have anything to do with what's going on right now, but that's fair. I was gonna ask you like when it comes to, I remember when you signed with Gotti. I remember the viral moment where there was just all this cash, and at that time I feel like there was like a bidding war going on for ESTG at that moment. One, what made you rock with Gotti, and what is something over the last 2 or 3 years that you have learned?
Why, bro? Just got up here and you didn't say nothing. Damn, bro, hit a soft spot with the football question, man.
Well, for the very first time in Bootleg Kev podcast history, we had someone walk off of the set. Interesting. Oh, well, there's the ESTG interview that he was 2 hours late for.
Damn. Already animosity, eh? Hey, man, why did he walk out, bro? I'm not gonna lie, that's lame. That's kind of lame, bro. Bro, everybody knows, bro, didn't the game he played basketball or something? What's it called? J. Cole basketball. He was a hooper. Didn't make the team or something like that. You know, he did that whole thing. I'm pretty sure there was other rappers who were like football players and like all that stuff, bro. That's like literally normal, bro. That's something that he could use to his advantage in the future. Like just having that football story, he can use that to get deals with the NFL, to get deals with football teams, to become, to be partners with different people because he has a football history. That could be used in his advantage. But instead he's trying to hide. He's either trying to hide something, right? He's either trying to hide something as far as his history, like he doesn't want people knowing, exposing his history and tapping into more things about him, so he just wants to not even talk about it. Or, right, the other option could be maybe he really wanted to be a football player, bro. Like maybe that was his dream. Like Boobie Miles, right? he was on his Boobie Miles shit, right? All he knows is football. All he want to do play football. All want to do football. No, maybe it's that. Or maybe he just really wants to keep it music. Maybe. Maybe he don't want to talk about all the other stuff. Maybe he just strictly wants to keep it about music. I don't know. Let's find out what they got to say, though. Shouts out to Bootleg Kev. Make sure you go subscribe to him, man. Go check him out, man. Now we got Chig Smooth. Did a little quick video. ESTG speaks out on walking out during Bootleg Kev interview and sends a strong warning to him. Let's see what he got to say, man.
I know Chigs is in here recording.
Have everything up there. Or are we here to do a podcast? Now, I want you guys to really pay attention because we are in the middle of a shift right now. The lines between artists doing interviews versus coming in to do a podcast are getting blurred. ESTG was on Bootleg Kev's platform doing an interview. Now ESTG actually ends up walking out of this interview. Doesn't say why, just gets up mid-question and leaves. Now personally, I thought that the interview was going well. The first question Bootleg Kev asked him was about his music and creative process, and then he got to asking him about other random things that don't have anything to do with music. Bootleg Kev asked him about his jewelry, asked him if he knew who Brian Pumper, the porn star, was, Joe Rogan, aliens, if they're real or not, movies, paying taxes, weather in Kentucky, his dealings with the police, and then he asked him about features on his album coming out on Friday. And then after that, Bootleg Kev asked him about the NFL Combine because ESTG did play football, and that was the last straw for him. He got up and left. Now, the reason I said that the lines are getting blurred between interview and a podcast is because certain platforms want the artists that come in for interviews to talk about other things. They want them to become personalities. A lot of rappers just want to come in, talk about their music, and leave. They don't want to talk about other things going on in social media or current events. Now, ESTG addressed Bootleg Kev after he walked out. He said, "Yo, Bootleg Kev, you trying to play it like I walked out because of football, like I ain't did plenty interviews talking about playing and talking about it in my music. You asking me if I remembered an old man porn star, if I believed in aliens and the NFL Combine? What the F do that got to do with my album dropping Friday? And I literally just walked out that interview 2 hours ago. You already got a clip up? You trying to go viral? I got real life shit going. Ask around. I don't feel like playing, so please don't play with me because I play crazy." God damn, ESTG, slow down. Stall him out. Now, I can't put all the blame on Bootleg Kev. To the rappers and whoever's organizing these interviews for you guys for your rollout, you gotta know which platforms to go to. Don't go to every platform to do an interview just because they have an audience. You gotta know the personality of the person conducting the interview. If you're doing an interview with Bootleg Kev, you gotta know he's gonna talk about other things outside of music. Similar to Adam 22. If you just want to talk about your music, go to platforms like Rap Radar, Gillian Wallow, platforms that's not really going to ask you much outside of your music and your career. But tell me what you guys think about this, man. Who do you guys think was wrong for this? Obviously, walking out on an interview is not cool. I think ESTG should have probably told him, "Yo, can we talk about music? That's really what I came here for." Post your comments below. Subscribe to my channel. Like this video. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, I think that's on ESTG. You gotta let the guy doing the interviewer is gonna interview how they interview. But you gotta let the interviewer know what things are off limits, what things you want to talk about, what things you don't want to talk about. Right? That's how you make sure to keep yourself protected, so that way you as the artist can have a comfortable interview, and for the interviewer to also make sure he has the right questions, and he knows which topics to tackle and which topics to avoid. So it 100% goes both ways. But if there was never a conversation on this is what we talking about, this is not what we talking about, let's keep it this, let's keep it, or only keep it this, then that goes on both parties. All right, let's see what Bootleg Kev's response was.
Chigs.
Bootleg walked out on this. Is not backing down to ESTG. Now, after ESTG walked out on this interview, if you guys haven't watched that video, make sure you guys go check it out. I guess ESTG came there to mainly talk about his music. Bootleg Kev came there to do a podcast talking about other things in social media, aliens, Joe Rogan, his jewelry, and even Brian Pumper. Yes, that's Brian Pumper. Now, after ESTG walked out, he sent a message on Instagram to Bootleg Kev, pretty much explaining why he walked out. He said, "Yo, Bootleg Kev, you trying to play like I walked out because of football, like I ain't did plenty interviews on dropping Friday. So please don't care. He's still gonna talk about what he wants to talk about on his podcast." Took to Instagram to say, "Yo, shout out to ESTG though. I'm a fan and I'm looking forward to his new album dropping tomorrow night. I also can't wait to talk about Brian Pumper, aliens, and footballs with future guests." Now, it does not stop there. One of Bootleg's cameraman, the photographer, S. Dot, he weighed in on the situation. He said, "Yo, he showed up 2 hours late with no care, walked in with a bad attitude, didn't greet any of us, sat down, and just didn't want to talk about anything at all. Kev tried multiple times. It didn't matter what the subject was, music, etc. He just refused to engage. And the funny thing is, he asked to do more podcasts." Listen, man, you gotta know the personalities of some of these rappers. A lot of them, they do not have any. There's some rappers that want to talk. Some rappers don't want to talk. Just because they have a name, just because they have a buzz, does not mean they're going to be interesting to speak to. Obviously, coming in late, coming in with an attitude, kind of sounds like a diva. If you don't want to do a series of interviews, just tell your manager that you don't want to. Because things like this will certainly damage your reputation in the media. But at the same time, don't ask me no questions questions about Brian Pumper or about aliens when I'm trying to promote my album. Tell me what you guys think about this response from Bootleg Kev and his photographer. Post your comments below. Subscribe to my channel.
Hey man, look, this is how I see it, bro. As somebody who interviews artists, because I know this off rip, so you don't even gotta tell me. But you do this for a living. Bootleg Kev should understand, and even his cameraman should understand that a lot of artists, like you said, they might have personality, but they don't show it. If they do, a lot of them do not show it. It's hard to find. Not every artist is like a Wiz Khalifa or a Snoop Dogg or these artists that just show a lot of personality, can talk about a myriad of topics and things, and put themselves out there. More artists are more secluded, try to maintain a more mysterious kind of thing. They don't want to just talk about everything willy-nilly. Sometimes they want to keep things very straight line, like here A to B. We talking about music, let's keep it music, because I'm not trying to talk about none of this and expose my opinions and my personality in this. A lot of rappers be at interviews, half of them nowadays, they be so faded, so off the drugs or the liquor or whatever it may be. They, studio, man. Album, 250K a show. They not really talking about. They not really trying to say much, talk about nothing. They trying to keep that little that cool rapper type of vibe and shit like that. Right, so they just want to be the cool rapper, the hard guy, the street dude who don't say much, real G's moving silence like lasagna type ass niggas and shit. So they not gonna show that personality. So, like I said, man, if this whole situation goes both ways. ESTG walked out and then want to go to the Instagram, and then Kev, he just like, shit, bro, I'm just here doing my thing, bro. It goes 100% both ways. As an artist, you got to tell the people you're going to, know which platform you're going to, but then also let people know, boom, this is what we can talk about, this is what I want to avoid. Base your questions off of this, and then we can have a good interview. If you can't do that, then let's not do the interview. But that's it. That's my thoughts on that one. Y'all let me know how you feel. Are you siding with Kev or are you siding with ESTG? I'm more on the side of Kev. I'm more on the side of Bootleg Kev on this one. You know what I mean? It wasn't really nothing crazy about the football questions, and if at any point ESTG wanted to stop with the random shit and wanted to just keep it music, he could have easily just expressed that instead of just walking out, leaving bruh hanging like that. So that's my thoughts on that. I kind of side with Bootleg Kev a little bit more, but I can see how you could make an argument for both sides potentially. Y'all let me know how you feel in the comments. Let me know more topics, things you want me to discuss, videos you want me to react to. And that's pretty much it. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Remember to keep it real. Rules, Brand Bro always reaches everyone. Next time. Peace.